Welcome back. We have our freeze dryer on a countertop. It took 3 people to lift this thing onto the countertop, so it is very, very heavy. They are not kidding when they say you need help to get this thing up there. So now we're going to go and follow the instructions for putting this thing together and doing the rest of the assembly, which isn't too bad. I've already read through it a couple times to try and make sure I don't make a mistake. So let's go. Our first instruction is to get the drain tube and attach the drain tube. And that is going to go right there. You may notice that this kitchen does not look like the kitchen that we've done our canning videos from. And that's because this kitchen is our second kitchen. When we bought this place, it was an old Airbnb. And so one of the nice features about it was that it had 2 kitchens. One, the main kitchen, and then the second kitchen that is in the remodeled garage. So that's where we put this, since it's going to probably make a lot of racket and a lot of noise for quite a long time. So that was the drain tube. That was pretty easy. It also says you need to close the drain tube, and that's just a simple ball valve on here. If I can get this done. Yep, that's simple. So now our next thing is for the vacuum pump. This thing's heavy too. So I'm going to find a place to put the camera down. Right there. Yeah, that's where it's going to go. So that is the pump. Take it out of the bag. And then the pump is going to live somewhere here. And there's a receptacle in the back of the freeze dryer right here that the pump plugs into. Let's see if we can get a little picture of that. So it's way over there on the other side. But it plugs in right there. So we're going to go do that now. All right. Now that is plugged in. All right. So now it's plugged in. So now we're going to attach the hose from our vacuum pump to the freeze dryer. And it looks like both ends are the same, so it doesn't really matter which end goes where. Take off the little protective caps. And they say that these will just screw on hand tight. You shouldn't have to use pliers or anything. The O-rings in there will do all the sealing. Yep, that one's tight. And that one's tight. We'll save those caps over there. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put oil in our vacuum pump right there. And it does come with oil. And you fill it, you move down, you fill it to the oil is even with that line. I don't know how much this takes, so we're going to be cautious here pouring it in. Got a little safety seal on the cap here, right there. Take this off. Okay, that safety seal was on there really good. I had to go get a knife to get that off. So now we're just going to start pouring in here. Try not to make a mess. All right, well, that's one bottle done. Okay, I've started pouring in the second one. You can see it raised up a little bit there. A little bit more. Okay. Well, that took about a bottle and a half. So each one of these is 300, so about 500 ml, half a liter. Okay, our next step is to actually plug in the freeze dryer. I'm going to move the vacuum pump back. And we have the power cable for the freeze dryer here. And then we plug it into the wall. Right. Whew. Oh, look at that. Plugged in, started right up. So now we have to do two tests for it. We have to click the little leaf and we're going to say freezer on. Now you can hear the compressor kick up. So now it says to leave this for about 30 minutes and let it freeze. And then we're going to do a test of the vacuum. And then we'll let that go for about 20 or 30 minutes. And once that, our testing is complete, and then we do our first round of freeze drying. I'm going to turn this off for now and see you in about 30 minutes after the freezing's done. All right, so it has been about 40 minutes that this has been freezing. And you can see right here, it's gotten down to about minus 55 in there. Now it is time to turn on the vacuum. So we can test to see if the vacuum works, and we'll leave that on for about 30 minutes until we get down to about 500 millitorr, I believe. Did that do it? No, let's try it again. You can hear it working. There we go. Came on. Now we'll let it go down. See if it keeps the vacuum. Alright, so as you can see, it's been about 12 minutes and we are down below 500 millitorr, which means our vacuum pump is working just fine. So now we're going to say done, which turns off the freeze and goes back to the start menu. So we're going to do our very first run of bread. This will be a burn-in run of sorts. First we have to let all the air back in. So we'll open the valve here. You can hear it suctioning back in. Filling back up with air so we can open it. All right, so let's hit start. Right, and it is not frozen. We're just doing straight bread. Close the drain valve, which we just opened. Now we're going to close it. There, we closed it. So I'm going to put this right over here so I can have both hands to load the freeze dryer with. All right, open the door. And we're loading our trays of bread. Shut the door, make sure it's latched well, and we'll hit continue. And now it says it's automatic and will alert us when it's done. We'll let you know then.